Is this is episode 10, right?
What?
Yeah, this is episode 10.
It's in
Yep.
episode 9.
What?
We haven't
No.
recorded episode 9 yet.
What?
This is better.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm
I swear
certain.
this is episode 10.
It
Hold
can't be. I haven't done an episode 9 yet.
on. This will be we'll call this the season finale
Sounds good.
with the boy. Yeah.
Yes! Yes, with you! Isn't that exciting?
I feel special for
Do-
one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the EvoTech podcast, episode 9, our season 1 finale. I'm your host, Greencat, and as always, joined by my lovely co-host, CatisOnline. You want to say something?
I usually say hello. Hi.
Yes, as well, we've got the most special guest of all, who, if he did not exist, we would not all be here right now, who makes many of the YouTube videos, many of the Minecraft commands, and also aspires to be the bestest filmmaker on planet Earth, the Minecraft avatar.
All right, that's quite an introduction.
Yeah, I've never seen that great of an introduction.
I don't know if I was probably the bestest filmmaker on Earth, but I'll take it. I already am that. Excuse you. No.
Oh, okay.
No. This is Thank you. That was great.
Yeah.
I'm Sean, or the Minecraft Avatar, or Ang456. I started EvoTech. When you said you wouldn't be here without me, I'm like, am I God? Am I your parents? How are you describing this?
Well, you created EvoTech.
That's true. Yeah, that's what you're getting at. I saw, but
Yeah.
I created EvoTech for lots of fun reasons, and I'm glad I did because I could meet you guys, people. Is fun times, and this is me. I do Minecraft. I make maps and command block thingies and other things like that.
There you go.
Sean's pretty talented.
Thank you. That's so. I don't get complimented much. This is nice. A real ego boost. But I spend a lot of my time on Minecraft just spending hours looking at Notepad++.
There you go.
Or Sublime, or just text documents or lines of code that are very annoying to look at when you're looking at them for hours on end. That's how my game is spent. Making things move or magical things happen on screen and command things and making Gotham City apparently for many years. I've been stuck on many years.
Gotham City comes out, that's when you'll die, therefore making you immortal.
That's very insulting. That means you don't think he's gonna finish it.
No, he's not gonna finish it just so that he lives forever.
Oh,
To be fair, no one thinks I'm gonna finish it. In the entire Gotham Breakout was dead when it started. We all know it. I
He
wanted,
casted me to play Harley Quinn.
and she was doing great. And then I couldn't finish it because Minecraft kept updating and everything I
yeah.
made kept breaking.
Uh-huh.
So years of work got erased every time I made progress. That was that's my biggest problem with map making commands. Everything I make is outdated when I make it, pretty
There
much
you go.
immediately.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, that's not fun.
We should start out this episode with a bit of follow-up from last episode.
Okay.
As far as I know, we don't have any reviews, like on Apple Podcast or
Oh
I
yes,
guess-
we're
yeah.
gonna read reviews once we get them. So for season
Sean's
2,
out there writing a
I
review
have
right now.
Android.
I have an Android as well. So does Green.
We're Android crew.
Android buddies!
I have an Apple computer. I can use that.
And
Yay.
the follow-up I really want to get into is, do you know what Minecraft speedrunning is, Sean?
Of course I do. Definitely.
We tried to break a world record. Did we succeed, Green Cat? That's the real
Okay,
question.
hold on. I haven't checked in a while. I'm gonna be honest. So you've really put me on the spot here. Let me check. Let's see if they
Wait,
accepted
so-
the run.
We're gonna find out if we beat the world record right now, Sean, and you're here for this.
I feel so special.
No.
What?
We
What happened?
someone has come in and has beat it in 22 minutes and 40 seconds.
No!
We do not have the record.
Was it on a specific world?
No,
No.
it was 10 plus people for random seed.
Sure.
Well, you see, we got to do it again.
And beat 22 minutes. I am
Yeah.
340th place at 35 minutes and 48 seconds right now.
Do not add me to this. I will just flounder and go mining for a while instead. That's
Okay.
usually how I play the
Ooh.
game.
We need to add Ducky
Oh, that'd be fun.
because in the comments of our YouTube video, she mentioned that she could. I think that'd be good.
That would be fun. Yes, we gotta do that at some point.
It's a good thing we got that out of the way. We can start with expectations very low.
Okay. So Sean,
Yeah.
what you been up to? What's going on?
In life or in the game?
Yeah,
or
no,
on
in
YouTube?
life. In life.
Okay.
What's going on
All
in
right.
life?
Oh, that's a lot. That's a loaded question. We got a lot of things happening all the time.
Well, what I want to know about is your career path because I know you're in college right now. You're a film major. Correct me
Yes.
if I'm wrong.
I am a
I
film
want
major.
to know about what you're working on.
Okay, I am a film major and theater performance minor, which was very weird right now in a pandemic where I can't act or make films. It's certainly interesting. I'm right now actually debating on taking a semester off next semester to try and make it a little bit better on myself for all this, so I can get better education potentially. There's a lot of pros and cons to weigh with that, but basically, my next semester will be the start of my senior year. So I'll be working on my senior thesis project as a director because I'm a directing concentration in my theater major. My career path, I want to make. Well, I was inspired by filmmaking mostly by Good Will Hunting. It's a movie that when I first watched it, I instantly dropped everything I was going to do in life and said I wanted to make films. And it changed my entire life and perspective on everything. I was going to do game design. That was my plan, and which makes sense from YouTube and how my YouTube career has gone. But then I'm like, okay, Good Will Hunting, awesome. That changed my perspective on literally everything and how beautiful it is and how amazing films can really touch you. So now I wanted to do that. And that alongside with like Dead Poet Society, pretty much all Rob Williams stuff really affected me. But Good Will Hunting especially, and of course I am a huge superhero fan and sci-fi and fantasy and all that, so I really want to bring to life a lot of like really interesting, heartfelt stories, very human stories with otherworldly elements in them. That's kind of where I think my niche will end up being. Like I just right now speaking of what I'm working on right now in life, and as well as with filmmaking, I actually am right now making a short film called The Selected, starring a former member of EvoTech, actually, Keyshawn, or on now with his music career called Key Luttrell. Key Luttrell, he's pretty cool, and he never acted before. I had him audition for a role as kind of like a minor role, extra role, and he nailed it, and he became the lead role instead.
Whoa.
Yeah, he'd never acted in his life, and he's absolutely incredible in it. The trailer for that is already up. That's a little plug.
If
Oh
I
yeah,
were
I'll
to
link
want to
it.
go see the trailer, I mean, what YouTube channel would I go to?
It's on youtube.com/nerdtalkproductions.
Oh wow! Thank you for informing me. I
Yeah,
already knew that.
so basically, it was for a class, but then on the way to set, one of the actors got in a car accident, so we had to delay that. He's fine, but we had to delay production an extra weekend for the first scene because which is
No
the most
way.
important scene of the film. So, and then after that delay, Key got COVID. He's better now, but we are still waiting now indefinitely for everything to line up back up to finish the last scene of the film, or the first scene, the last scene to shoot. And so that'll be out when it can. So instead for class, you did a trailer, which was really fun. Me and my editor did a lot of work on that, and I did the VFX and such. Directing is really what I want to do. It's very fun, and right now it's just very difficult. Yeah, but so in life, I've been working on that short film. I have more scripts right now to put in production. I have some more VFX videos I'm gonna be doing on my second channel, Nerd Talk, and I'm gonna do like tutorials on some VFX because people have asked me to do that before. I'm gonna do that. But in life, I mean, I have a girlfriend. She's awesome and wonderful. I work for DoorDash, so I just drive around all day long, all the time, and bop out to a lot of music because that's always fun. Listen to new show
Yeah.
tunes. Yay! Oh,
Do you
sorry.
mind telling me more about your trailer, like what it's about?
Oh, absolutely. The Selected is a Afro-futurist short film. Big word. About basically in a seemingly utopian society, what would it be like has magic and dark magic and science fiction elements like that in it, if a government appointed a chosen one, if there was a chosen one by the government to wield both dark and light magic, and that happened until one died, and then you get the next one, the next one, the next one, for generations on, what would happen when your chosen one, your story, isn't white? If your chosen one for the first time ever is a black man. So for the first time in 5 generations, the selected chosen one by the government is a black man named Charlie Walters, and he works in their law enforcement called the Enforcers, and you get to see how the world in the film, not only how the world reacts to this, as well as how he realizes, even with all his power, how helpless he really can be to help those in need in a system that is so corrupt and built on racism. And it's a reflection of both our own society as well as just the Afrofuturist and Afro-pessimism ideals I've been studying in film. This is more Afrofuturist, where you have fantasy or sci-fi ideas rooted in the idea of the African diaspora, as well as just Black culture, and that's what I'm bringing to the table here. I'm really passionate about giving voices to everyone and showing everyone's voice, and that's part of this story. And it was for my Afrofuturism class, so also why I'm making this film. And it was really fun working with a lot of great people. Everyone on set was wearing masks all the time, unless we were acting, and then 6 feet apart for the most part, and they were all quarantined beforehand. Like, it was a very safe set, for the record.
There you go.
Yeah, it's only 6 minutes the whole film, so it's not long.
But I mean, the production that goes into even something like that. I mean,
Oh, it's insane.
especially like
It
with the
takes
whole COVID stuff going on.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot. And we shot the weekend after the election,
Okay.
which made, and I in a very we shot it in the city that was the capital of the Confederacy, Richmond, Virginia. It's very interesting being worried, being stressed about because of the racial relations in that time, especially post Trump, post and pre Biden, the whole idea of these two sides, the overall tensions while we're shooting this film that is so relevant. It was an interesting time and place to be. I'll say that.
Yeah. Especially like even I know like some of my friends just that entire week while that was going on, just nothing but stress and all that. And then you still have to continue online school where you just sit there in a Zoom class and not really learn much and uh that's
And
a
then make a film on top of that. Make a film.
yeah.
What a fun challenge. And a film that has heavy VFX, which is definitely fun to work with on set and try and figure out how you're going to do some shots and how you can do this safely with no budget. And it's a lot of finagling that. But
No
also a lot more
budget.
film. What?
Incredible.
No
No
budget.
budget. I love it.
I think the budget we had was like $50 or something that we could use for it. Which I used to like buy some McDonald's or something. It was like not much.
No way.
It was like something like that. I don't remember what it was exactly, but I didn't spend much money on much in general.
Mm.
We used what we had.
Resourceful.
Yeah, that's how most of my filmmaking has gone so far. It's been very much, what do we have? Who do I know? It's all about who you know, not necessarily how much money you have. Tying this back to YouTube and stuff, I am actually working soon on a new video that will come out like tomorrow on a tutorial for Minecraft, as well as I have a few new maps and mini games and such I'm working on heavily. And a boss battle is just I have not had the time or honestly motivation because I am trying to get Christmas presents for people and that costs money, so I gotta work a lot.
Hmm.
That's a bigger thing right now. Like on my YouTube career, I want to do more than that, but without my bigger audience I used to have constantly engaging, it's harder to get stuff out. That's my life right now. A balancing act between work, fun, YouTube, making films, and other things. So fun, and I'm here for more of it.
And so we know you. Now we know you. And we know all the ideals you have is also kind of what you put into EvoTech when you were first creating it. And
Yeah.
you helped shape me as a person. And I guess that doesn't really explain how EvoTech came about, so we should probably go into that first.
Wait, hold on. I shaped you as a person, you think, a little bit?
No, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. I was definitely had, especially early on, a very chaotic energy. which I think definitely helps you, Cat. Both cats, you Green and
Yes.
Amanda. Um,
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
just a
Any
shy. I
oh
don't
yeah,
even
I
know.
on EvoTech it was all men. It was all male, and it's almost that again.
Well, it's still me. I'm still the only girl.
Right. Well, Gabby was there, so we're trying to build up an equal or more balanced dynamic, and it does not be a bunch of white dudes in the
Yeah.
group. And that's what I wanted to do. And I literally searched the word I think on YouTube and filtered channels, girl Minecraft Let's Play or Minecraft girl to try and just to filter those two terms and find someone. I'm like, hey, she's a teenager, she's really bubbly. I'm gonna message her and just ask, can we do a collaboration sometime? Which I don't know if we ever actually did. Um, but we started talking on Skype and just hanging out and playing like Hypixel and stuff is how it started. And eventually I brought your name up to the group and you got voted in. It when I started EvoTech, it had to be unanimous voting. I don't think it still is now, but that's really cool that you got voted in. And
It still is unanimous voting, and I do remember the time before I got voted in because I was a bit overwhelmed by how many friends you had. I was in a call with 8 males, and they were all like, hi cat, this," and I was a 15-year-old girl, and I'm just there like. And then we played parkour, and I liked your friends. I mean, clearly I like them all now. I'm still part of the group.
well, it's very different now than what it was. Not just what you guys do, but it's different as in who's there and
Oh yeah.
who was there when you joined.
Mhm.
Like when you joined, I actually listed right now of every EvoTech member in order up to Hawkminer. So when I left, that's who was there. Like when you joined, where is your name here? You're number 15. You're
I'm
the
no, I'm the 16th.
16th person to join. So there was like Chronicle Beast, Dragon, TBC Bonehound, Bubbly, Golden Turkey, Lee and the Wrecker, Autobot Night like Zero. There were a lot of
Well,
people who was not
none of these names are gonna make sense to the viewers at this point.
right, which is crazy. That's my point. Is that it's a very different group now. So a lot of people you might have liked, they're not always around anymore. The group changed a lot, and I love watching it evolve. Like that's the point of the name, evolving technologies and Evo for both evolution and evolving, as well as just for tech. For the idea was I'm going to try and always integrate some kind of fun techie thing in the server and stuff. That didn't really happen that much when we first started. There was a fun idea, and I like the name and the torches, the Evo torch. I made that on Photoshop in like 2014 or something. That's crazy.
For this episode, put the old torches up. The
Oh,
really, really old ones, not the new ones.
I got them. I can send you all the original PNG files. On my
Oh, you
computer.
should.
I have the old logos, every old logo. It's been a wild ride.
well, you were, in EvoTech still. I was not a part of
No,
EvoTech, but you guys did a really good job, especially like, I felt like even though I wasn't in the group, I was still like a part of the group, you know?
I wanted viewers to always be able to engage with the community and the audience, as well as just friends and fans. I wanted to build up fans. I hate the word fan because it implies like like a dynamic of hierarchy.
Right.
I hate that. I like the all everyone on the same level. You could be a fan of someone and then just be like them, be your neighbor, have fun. Like it doesn't need to be this hierarchy, which YouTube makes it out to be. But like you were at the time kind of a fan as well as a friend. Like, it became like a even dynamic, and I
Mhm.
loved that. I told Kat the other day, I'm kind of half responsible for you joining before you even joined years beforehand.
Oh yeah.
And it was because Stuart brought your name up to me, who I had never heard of Cass and Cat before.
Mhm.
Wait, is that the old name?
Okay.
That was the old YouTube channel, and then I looked it up. I'm like, hey, this Green Cat's pretty cool.
That's
And
your old YouTube channel? Exposed.
well, yeah, okay, so Cass and Cat was I'll give you a little backstory on that. Was my friend Josh and I had both individually tried the whole YouTube game like 4 different times at this point. We're like, nothing's working. And we had this idea one day, we're like, okay, a lot of people do kind of like it was kind of in the beginning era of like funny moments kind of content. So we were like, okay, interesting idea for this, his username Castile, mine Green Cat. Combine the two together, right? Cass and Cat. And So the idea behind it was both of us would record a game or doing something. Oh, Sean, you just put in the chat Supernatural. Yeah, it is from. That's where you got it from originally. But
Yeah.
yeah. So the whole idea was that both of us would record, and we would each individually edit the same video from our own perspectives. I would then send my stuff to him, and he would combine it all together. So it's like this one big video combining both of our different edits and perspectives. And it allowed us both to be creative in our own way, but combine into something bigger and greater. And then,
And
yeah, Stu found us, and he wanted to do a collab with us. Josh was always busy, so I eventually, reached out to him and was like, "Oh, I'll do something for you with you."
and with that, that's kind of how it happened. Like Stuart, I think first brought up your name to the group ever, and then it didn't really gain much traction. Just as how it was on Skype for a while. No one really cool. Member came up, and no one really put much mind to it.
Mhm.
But I'm like, hey, he's really cool. And every few months, they're like, vote on Greencat, everyone. Meet him. Who hasn't met him yet? You were a name that came up in every vote for like 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
No one said no. It was just not everyone had met you,
Right.
and people wanted to talk to you, hang out with you before they voted. And that happened for years. I pushed for your name every single vote for years.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and now that I'm gone, you joined. So I see how it is.
So
Uh,
funny.
And it's funny because Green and I actually had arranged. We talked about this before. He and I were at least one point, like a year or so ago, talked about the idea of doing something the way Captain Sparkles and Zine kind of do.
Mhm.
Of just like, even if we're not always recording, like if he was just like be kind of like a buddy like
Like a
system
buddy
on
system,
video.
yeah.
Yeah, like what Kaz and Cat was kind of trying to be a little bit without the combined footage, and just constantly posting and recording on a lot of maps in the games to try and make it help us each other both out a lot, and it
Mhm.
always add good content because we're together. We often have a good dynamic of talking and hanging out, especially like for content's sake, and that would have been really fun. But then life kind of got away from us. But that's
Yeah.
just my point. Is I'm always been passionate and trying to support my boy Green Cat here,
Yeah.
and then I'm gone. He joined and I pushed for years, man. So I'm glad you finally got in.
Yeah.
The cats are united.
Yes.
It's true. It's true. Green is great. I love his friends, his content. Sean, obviously, you were the greatest because you are the cause of the entirety of EvoTech.
I don't know if the greatest is the right word. It
Yeah,
never.
it's your fault. It's your fault that EvoTech exists.
I'm not
He
gonna.
didn't like that I said that the other day. I called it fault.
It's both fault and it implies blame. If you say cause, it'd be different. Okay, anyway,
Okay.
I'm really happy that I created this group. I'm also happy I left and let it thrive. I stepped down, and I'm really cool watching what happens now. I really love seeing the way it evolves and the way it grows and the way it changes. It's not what I originally intended it to be, and I never was going to be what I originally intended it to be, and that's okay. And I love it. I love watching it.
You still come around for like the streams on occasion, and also like, especially the charity stream every year. You make sure to like try and pop in for that at least a little bit. And I think that's awesome to see that like we're fully able to like create and build up like this whole thing, this whole empire kind of, and be like, all right, my hands, I'm clear of this. I want to see where it goes from here.
The EvoTech Empire. Oh dear.
Not gonna lie, the charity streams were some of the biggest pains in the world to try and organize.
I know. You abandoned us? Well, not. I'm not saying that harshly, but the year after you had left. Oh, what a challenge that was.
Yeah, because I told no one how to do it. And, that was the first year we made $170
Mhm.
for Child's Play. The next year we made $800 or $600. The after we made
Mhm.
800, then 1,500. I'm like, okay, now I'm
Mhm.
gone, and it went back down. Like, oh cool, I'm done here. This is too much. And the bigger it
Mhm.
got, the harder it was because there
Yeah.
were eyes on you, and it's always more stressful. It's great, but it's always more stressful with it. The charity streams in general, I think were a way of me trying to be like Minecraft a little bit. Bros, I also wanted to give back genuinely, but that is one thing I do not miss is planning those.
Mhm.
Do want to do it again for my own channel, but I don't want to plan it. Like that's how I feel right now. I did it this past summer for the Black Lives Matter Movement for Color of Change organization, and that went well. But
At a similar time to our charity stream.
Yeah, it was like a
I
week or two after, right?
yeah, I used to do it all myself, 100% me.
Oh, Sean, I am so sorry.
Um,
I am so sorry.
Well, the thing is, I learned I had to be tough with that with people. I said, "Are you free this day? Are you able to join us?" And they said yes or no. If they said yes, I
Mhm.
said, "I'm scheduling you for a time, and you'll be there for that." I didn't tell people. I didn't ask, "When are you free this day?" That was because a lot of people. I think you probably did that. Your group. I think that's what you told me before.
Mhm.
You had to ask people, "When are you free? When are you free?" No, no, no. I didn't. I cut that and immediately said, here's the schedule. You'll be there, and here I have
This is
backups for you."
how we know he'll make a good director.
Causes way more stress for everyone otherwise. Um,
Mhm.
and it's the biggest thing was for me is I like to do the UHC thing, but planning that in the matter of getting everyone I wanted was always hard. A few names that almost joined. Actually, I was trying to didn't say that because I make them feel worse. Never mind. But there were some pretty big names that I could with like 1 million plus subscribers who kept almost joining for those. Um, but I
Oh,
could have
for the
for
streams,
yeah,
charity
yeah,
streams.
but often couldn't make it. Um,
Well, we do have a pretty big community that has been created around the charity streams. I feel like.
hmm Definitely. I had, like, for instance, like Phoenix SC after I left, messaged me and said, "Hey, if you need me for I left the Discord. If you need me for any cherry stuff," I said, "Go to Stewart and stream now. They're playing that stuff." And he's now skyrocketed. I used to be the same size or bigger than him, and now he's
Oh
million
yeah.
subs. I'm so proud of Phoenix. The Phoenix rose. It's great. I'm not bitter. That's actually awesome. Like I love that. Yeah.
That sounded
And so
very like bitter.
I'm
no,
not bitter.
I'm not.
I
I'm not bitter.
I was also smiling. I was trying to clarify to everyone, like, I was doing that. I'm really happy for him. It's hard to say I'm happy for someone without sounding bitter. I'm happy for you. I'm
Yeah,
being
I
no,
serious
didn't
though.
think you were bitter until you said, "I'm not bitter."
I'm not bitter.
No, I was trying to make it like on audio. There's no facials. I'm trying to clarify. Okay. Anyway, I love him. He's my guy. And it gets back to your question about what did I intend it to be. It was a bit the first season when I wanted. After that point, it never really became that anymore. What?
I
Not
was
sure.
not there the first season.
I know.
I was not there for what it was intended to be.
Not really. Not much at least. Originally, I mean, it was supposed to be like SMP is the most basic way to describe it. Honestly, I wanted just a survival multiplayer collaborative let's play server. I guess kind of the way like old Minecraft used to be. The way like old Hermitcraft used to be. Nowadays, I think Hermitcraft's a lot more role play a lot of times. Like they're doing like
Mhm.
turf war, like that kind of style was what I was trying to actively avoid. The way the Cube did a lot of roleplay stuff, I was trying to actively avoid that kind of thing. I want to generally just have me and some friends just playing Minecraft together and recording it and having fun, like genuinely like just a one giant MCU Let's Play. All
Mhm.
have our own Let's Play in the same world and intercross all the time and have fun with that. That was the original idea, and that should never be much more than that. But just gain more people and more audiences throughout that. One reason I stepped down is because it's not what I intended, and that's okay. I wanted to go back to the roots of that, and that's what I'm trying to do with Wayside a little bit. Another server I run now. Just the idea of just silly. We have events. It's stuff like we all play Dragon together. Like it's stuff like that where it's more just based in the game for the most part, or we'll add a data packet, add a boss. Like, that's the idea. I want to keep it more core Let's Play design based of a series, and that's I think what the original intention was supposed to be. And season 2, no one played of EvoTech. So I can't. I barely count that season as season 3 was fun, but it became again more role play sometimes, and people kept wanting to twist things and do things more. Like I said before, there's no bad blood. I love all you guys so much. I'm excited to see what you guys do all the time. Like I stuff in the streams quite often, even if I'm not signed in, because Twitch signs me out all the time. I don't understand it. Whenever I sign back in, I had to do this token, this like into this code. It's so annoying. But so I'm often watching the streams though, or just checking in on everyone's individual streams and trying to keep up to date. Yes, Amanda?
You can disable two-factor identification.
Oh, thank God. I hate that. I didn't even look at that before. I'm like, every time I sign into Twitch, I just get annoyed. So I'm like, I'm done.
No. You can disable that.
It's
EvoTech's Twitch is two-factor identification is enabled. Therefore, every time we try to log into it, we have to text Stuart for we're like, "Give us the code. Let us get in."
That's another pain about. I learned something about transferring leadership to people is I have passwords and codes and emails for everything. It's like just take it all. It takes so much. I'm like, okay, what is this attached to? What is that attached to? It's just so much.
YouTube has added being able to make people moderators
Yes.
and handing over ownership. So I have partial ownership. I have moderation over the entirety of EvoTech channel, and I can upload videos and edit things that need to be helped
Right.
with without owning the actual account.
That was there beforehand as well. Just
It was? When
Yeah.
did this become a thing?
20. I don't know. I started YouTube in 2013. I remember always being a thing. Like Stuart
Really?
was moderator on EvoTech, but when I still owned it. And so was Blue Wings. And yeah, it was a matter of sending those files to the website, which I made, or sending
Mhm.
files to the T-shirt merchandise, which we never did much with. I think I only ever
Yeah.
sold 3 T-shirts ever, and it was me, Ethan, and Ray who bought it to get it signed and sold to someone. A lot of different accounts had to be transferred over. Oh, so about the start of EvoTech, that's the story, which I kind of wish Keaton was here for this now, because I wonder if he remembers this. The way it started was, oh god, technically December 5th, 2014 was the official start of season 1. But a lot of people don't know is there was a pre-season 1.
Fake
There
season! Fake season!
there was a fake season of EvoTech, where we had another world that wasn't season 1 beforehand. It was the 6 of us attempting to play, and everyone's bases were so different too. Like it was, if you watch the season 1, which is what we had originally. Like in season 1, I had a tree house. I was gonna make a castle thing. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't build it. There was never a roof there even. It was bad. But in season 1 of Avtech, that was how my base was. In pre-season 1, I had a base with a giant cobblestone wall and a long field, only a certain tower. Like, it was much different. The world was so different too. And what happened there is no one was recording or uploading. And the whole point was we all recording, and so we all got so far ahead without getting footage out there. Like, let's just try this again and actually record the start of this better and upload it. So we set a rule in place, which actually have somewhere in files, like EvoTech official rules from season 1. We had a rule in place of once you record a video, don't start recording the next episode until you got our video out. That rule went away fast because people stopped doing it, but that was something that was in place for season 1, at least part of it. But I wish Keaton was here because he can talk to me about how about if he remembers being invited to the server. Because the way it happened originally, it's interesting. The original Keaton was originally one of the original 3 members. Me, him, and a guy named Josh, aka Just Eat It Gaming, who was not even there for pre-season 1 or season 1. He was there from before all of it. I asked him before I asked literally anyone else in the world who was someone at my pool who played Minecraft and was going to start a YouTube channel. And he has a blank channel on YouTube somewhere. We were just trying to all start out and have fun together, and that's how it kind of came about. I asked Mblor because he was starting a channel called Minecraft Boy Lore, which was his channel name at the time, exposed, because he wanted an excuse because it was a wrong email or something, and he wanted an excuse to have Mblor make sense. I'm like, dude, just call it Mblor. It sounds way better than going Minecraft Boy Lore. I'm the one who first ever called him Mblor. No one else before me ever called him that.
Oh, you're the reason he's
It
more.
was MB Lore or Minecraft Boy Lore always. And I kept saying Lore, and that's how. And me and Becca made fun of him for that a little bit, and it stuck. That's a fun fact that he will not say I probably did either. Because I remember this stuff, but no one else remembers this anymore, and it's very frustrating. I'm like fucking going crazy. And then Bloom's4 I asked to join. He's like, yeah, and his chaotic energy. I told him his videos could be a little more PG-13 because that's how his style was. Even back then, like 14. Yeah. There's 6 of us for a long time, a long time. While making a Minecraft map, I asked Liam the Wrecker, "Do you want to hop on? Want to join us?" He's like, and with his 13-year-old voice, he said, "Yeah." Golden Turkey, my Aussie friend, who's amazing on piano, Golden Turkey 97. He hopped on and popped out with him at the same time. Liam and Golden were both from Australia, and they made our group international all of a sudden. It was really cool. and TVC Bonehound joined, who's from England, made it even more international. For season 2, we introduced 5 members at once, and that was Fisk Phil, Catis on Minecraft, King Ray, JP Dude 98, and W Dwagon. And very few of them stuck around. Cat stuck around clearly. It was fun.
Fisk
And
is here.
Fisk is here. He left though for a while, so I'm
Yeah.
Jippy left within like 2 weeks. He didn't understand the point of Let's Play. He had to record. He thought he wasn't going to be uploading much. I'm like, that's kind of the. He's like, oh, okay, bye, and just kind of disappeared. For the joining members, it was very much a heavy process beforehand. I knew that. Like, we took months to years for members to join.
Yeah.
Really. And I actually like that.
Except for me, because I'm a girl.
That wasn't why you
Well,
were faster. It was you met everyone.
I remember I met everybody about 7 months before I joined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was also allowed to play on the server before I was officially announced to have
Yes,
been
you
joined.
were. Did you join? You hopped on in the season one world at all before you were announced?
I did not. The season 1 world had just changed to season 2.
Right, that's what I thought. 'Cause you hopped on our charity stream for season 2.
Mhm.
That was the end. That was the beginning of the end of the charity stream. That
Mhm.
year was the start of season 2. I like the idea. I like the idea a lot. I like the idea of having a world war that expanded out, but it just demotivated people, and I wish it didn't. It was supposed to build a community. But then again, starting in Savannah was pretty bad on my part. I regret that. I thought it'd be a fun change of pace, but nope.
I had an orange house.
We all did. It was not good looking for anyone.
Pumpkane had like a house that was like in a ground. He was like a cave troll. He was a hobbit. And then Blue Wings had a chicken farm that was just an egg. Shroomy lived close by, but a lot of the people who lived far away, I never really talked to them. King Ray was close-ish.
Closius?
Close-ish.
Close kind of.
Anyway,
I miss
Yeah.
collaborating with you though. We gotta do something soon.
I do too. I have been so demotivated lately because life
Oh yeah.
keeps existing and getting in the way of things. Like I need money all the time for everything.
Yeah.
Also, girlfriends are expensive. I love her, but like that's money.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Also, just my content has shifted a lot over the years.
Mhm.
I made a 500 subscriber special of this elevators and extra storage, which neither worked properly. Just putting that out there. They're both buggy as heck. The elevators didn't work right. They took you to either top floor or bottom floor. You couldn't get off from the floors in between. The extra storage only did certain levels. Like, it was a fast route to just see. I tried making this long. It was supposed to gain traction. Then it gained hundreds of thousands of views, and that's kind of absurd. AC Tennis AC, who was an old YouTuber, showcased it out of the blue, came out of the retirement for it. I don't know why. And they added me on Skype. I'm like, oh, okay. And then from there, I made more friends, and Tyler saw my Ultron thing, and the rest was history. All of a sudden, he just started showcasing all my stuff and added me on Skype and all that. Hey, saying a Skype sounds weird now,
Yeah,
right?
oh
No one
yeah.
Skype.
Yeah, I'm typing keywords in that I'll be able to put in the hashtags, and Skype is one of them. And the second word I chose was nostalgia, because I feel very nostalgic whenever you say Skype.
It's so weird. Well, that's what everyone used back in the day. That's what back in the day. I'm like so old. I'm 21.
Oh, we're so old.
I think oldest one was called. It's weird. Anyway, it's just back in the day, back in the old YouTube days, the dark ages. Everyone used Skype.
Hold on a
Which
second. The Dark Ages. Don't you
No,
mean
that's
a better time?
it was certainly an easier time being in high school, not college. EvoTech started, and it was a fun time. But yeah, you guys, my idea was just to have a kind of collaborative let's play, and that was the whole point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it shifted a lot then, and it was because people didn't always want to record on the server. Some people want to still be friends and hang out and be part of the group. So we came up with the idea of becoming a gaming group / server. And the gaming group end, we had to stay down to either have to record and upload the UHCs and
Mhm.
other that's like do the cherry stream, or record and upload the server, or you can do both. And so that's how kind of the split became what it is now, because that divide it became created. That's what created the whole shift in the first place to becoming more of a gaming group at that point.
Mhm.
And that was actually mainly to help people like Fisk and TPC and or WTF, people who were more inactive, keep them in, who don't want to leave.
Right.
They couldn't record. But the whole point is we want to keep
Fisk Fisk is literally on the other side of the world from us, basically.
Oh yeah.
right.
He's in Sweden. He's mentioned that before on podcasts. Kind of far. And we have a bunch of fans who are in Australia. And a little bit above it, the Philippines. Help me. What's the word? Philippines? Thank you. Philippians.
The Philippines. Well, yeah, I for Fisk, I was always up late talking to him, so it made it easy.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I think how Fisk I met was really weird. It was on Twitter. I remember this very distinctly. Well, I had been following his content for years beforehand.
Okay.
And he had, I guess, apparently with mine, because he tweeted me one day about a challenge to make Transformers on Lone Command. Well, I never did it, because that's absurd.
Yeah.
I can't make He's like, I might have said something like, everything in mods can be done in commands, which is, I still believe to be true with the data pack now and how it is and how resource packs are.
Oh yeah.
I think everything with mods could be done in vanilla Minecraft with the right tools and time. I still believe that, but it's a lot of effort. But then Fisk challenged my idea and just said something like, I want to see the Minecraft avatar make Transformers on one command. And then they gave me grief about it for years on Skype and saying, you want to do it? Maybe about Transformers or lightsaber or something? I'm like, I'll do it, but it'll take me a long time. And it won't look smooth at all. Because armor stands, there'll be a lot of those, and they move at 20 times a second. So, not the fastest or smoothest Transformers, but they exist.
Well, Fisk is a professional data pack and mod builder.
Yes, I think he just does. I don't think he does data packs.
No, he
but
just
yeah.
does mods.
Yeah.
Mods? Okay. Well, then we have Donisi, who is extremely good at data pack.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
He was showing me one that he is not released but was just making for fun. And it literally is almost like Thaumcraft level of like
Yeah.
mod complication in just a data pack. You know,
This boy needs to start commissioning. He
That's
needs
what
to
I've been telling
start
him, yeah.
getting this out. Yeah. He's too talented to waste it. What was that?
Problem with commissions and Minecraft content being sold anyway, besides solely through Bedrock Marketplace, is there's yield complications with how Minecraft is now, how you cannot actually monetize most or any Minecraft content. That's why so many people use AdFly for Minecraft.
Yeah.
There's not much ways to make money. Or Patreon, for instance. So you pay the person for their work and not paying for the work. That's how most people get around it. But yeah, commissions are very hit or miss at this point for how Minecraft works. Otherwise, I'd be much more. If I made money for what I do, I feel like it'd motivate me a lot more.
Yeah.
Like actually, I have a boss battle coming out sometime soon. If you were fans of Lord of the Rings, I don't know if either of you two are. The Nazgul and the Witch King is a thing I'm making. That's kind of fun.
There you go. What was it gonna?
You said you were gonna interrogate him, so feel free. I hand the taser over to you.
Oh, okay. He kind of got to it. I was gonna ask him more about the film stuff that he's been doing because I personally, you know, I'm also studying film at school, so not only am I interested in that, but I also haven't caught up, you know, with Sean in a while to ask him about that stuff, and I saw that he posted about. So do you plan to try and like open your own production company at some point, or are you always just
freaking-lutely?
There you go.
That is the goal. I'm gonna make Nerd Talk Productions actual thing, or NT Productions, as it'll probably be rebranded to, because Nerd Talk sounds silly. Well, the original point of that channel was to be like reaction videos and VFX videos and like commentaries, and like it was gonna be more nerd talking about news and movie news and video game news.
Can I throw you under the bus a little bit?
Yeah.
I remember you were gonna start a podcast on there too, and you were gonna have me on for an episode.
Yes, it never happened. You never joined.
I know. I don't remember what happened either.
That is actually still planning to happen. Geek Speak podcast. Me and my friend Josh are still doing it. It's a matter of timing and scheduling problems with that mostly.
All right, I'll wait for my invitation. Green as well.
On that note, I have a new building game this week. Winter holidays themed. Yeah, I'm about to ask both of you after this podcast. Anyway.
No.
To do, I was gonna be like Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, winter holidays, just themed in general. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm down to join. I mean, this podcast will come out in 3-ish weeks from now.
So you already seen the video. If I do it,
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Happy New Year, podcast listeners.
Yeah.
Hey, New Year's. Hope it's better than this year.
Oh,
Less
don't jinx
pandemic.
it.
Hopefully. Let's get some vaccines.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's dad got the vaccine already, and I'm salty. I want it.
You just do some bloodletting and take the
Oh
blood.
no!
Blood
I'm not
letting?
salty. I'm not actually salty. It's a joke for the viewers. Just pointing that out.
Oh, so you thought my suggestion was a real one?
No. But I should.
No, however, I will take your suggestion.
Absolutely, it is the best plan in the world.
Yeah, just bloodlet off of the man.
I
But I
don't
will-
think that would actually work, especially if it was a different type of blood than you'd be compatible with.
But I do have more things on Minecraft as well in the works. And like I said before, I briefly mentioned this earlier. I don't know if you'll be in here or not. I do have another server now, another SMP called Wayside. And we are definitely doing stuff all the time. I have never put more effort into survival Minecraft than I am in this series. I am making a mega base that will make me go insane. But that's so fun. I just think a video has not come out yet, but it will be out by the time this is out. I made a villager breeder and making a lot of fun things on there. I learned that I really missed survival Minecraft, just in general. And I think that's one of the bigger things with EvoTech I really missed is in the earlier seasons, like season 1, is how survival oriented it was. And like how much it was just like playing the game and being silly.
Right.
Like, yeah, I also loved the sense of like the season 1 we had an actual town of shops and games and stuff. That was really fun to me. I am excited to do that on my own server because I like the idea of just playing survival mini games with my friends. Yeah.
I don't know if
Some
you've
survival
seen.
mini games. That's an idea.
What?
Oh, you don't know what's happening. Stulippics.
Oh, you're exposing it before even Stu knows.
I know, but Stu, I can edit this out. Don't worry. Tell
Okay.
him, Green.
So basically, because Stick likes to bully Stu. I mean, who doesn't? He hasn't given anyone the full details, but he's basically designed like games oriented around like Stu, right? Like
14 different survival mini games.
uh
We have all chipped in to help build. Not Stu. Stu doesn't get to know anything about it.
yeah. But one of the he's only given each person little bits and pieces of information, so no one knows all the events. But for example, like the one that I'm supposed to be helping with, and I haven't logged in a while, but it's like a PvP arena. But everyone, when you play, you have to set your FPS slider down to 10 FPS.
No.
So you're only allowed to PvP with 10 frames because Stu's always had a bad computer.
One thing I've been working on for that, well, and EJ helped with it too. We created a big parkour. It has like a huge ender dragon and eel. Something else we've created was what even was I building this for? He had me build an entire town in like district, and he didn't tell me exactly what it was for. And I built a water tower. It's been a lot of work.
I mean, all of this is getting cut anyway, but
yeah. Well, I might save it for like a what is that called? EvoTech Underground.
Oh yeah? Oh, that was
Yeah.
supposed to happen.
Was it actually? You were gonna record without me?
What? I don't think you were supposed to know about it.
What do you mean? I snorted.
Well, I guess I'll let you in on the secret, like, because we didn't end up doing it because I was super busy at the time, but Stick wanted to create, like, fake Discord accounts and then have, like, an EvoTech Underground meeting every, like, week or so, where there was just 2 of us that were consistent every week. And then you tried spoiling it at one point, like, oh, what about EvoTech Underground? I was like, what? What are you talking about? Because no one's supposed to know.
Yeah, fair. Wow.
How's the whole quarantine biz been for you?
That's been interesting. So for quarantine for me,
He got tested today.
I did get tested today. I've been tested probably 10 times or more.
What?
15
I've never been tested.
Oh, I purposely get tested. Like when August happened, like this semester, I was physically on my campus, like in an apartment with my roommate. And for that, everyone who's going to campus, you had to be tested beforehand.
Right.
We all got tested, and then then went, which is great. And when I got there, the school also did random testing, which is also very smart. So I got randomly tested twice within a week. The menu came up twice. I'm like, okay, guess I'm going twice. And in the middle of it, I had entire school-wide testing happen. Everyone had to do tests. Like I got 3 tests in 11 days one time. Wanted to get tested sometimes. Where I thought maybe I was exposed or something. Because I also do DoorDash
Right.
as my living now.
You have to pay to get tested.
Nope. All you gotta do is like go on Rite Aid or Walgreens or something. Like Rite Aid does it for free. You just gotta make an appointment online.
What's it called?
Rite Aid, RITEAID.
I'm not going to get tested. We have a
Okay.
facility right outside of my college that's huge, and there's always a ton of cars that you have to go through and wait in a huge long line to get set up.
I drove for half an hour to my nearest one, which did it, and I was like, okay, not a problem. I
Yeah.
got back here. I did one $8 order to get $8 for 2 miles of driving. Awesome, DoorDash.
Mm.
I was kind of
Did-
in the same boat that I have not been tested, but also I haven't gone outside really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, and
That's smart.
I see like the
I-
same like 5 people in my life. So
There's very few jobs right now I feel safe doing,
Mhm.
but I need money for things. And DoorDash is honestly,
Mhm.
it is a hit or miss everywhere. Depending on what store you go to, it can be very safe.
Mhm.
My only problem with it is when you deliver to a house, often who are like who'd order this stuff almost never wear masks.
Right. Wait for the
I
1,000
turned
orders.
down 2 orders from Mr. Beast Burger the other day, not knowing they were from him, like not understanding that because I didn't see the video yet. I
Oh,
was out
really?
dashing, and the video went up. I saw it. Yeah, I'm like,
Wait,
these are
what do you
bad.
mean? What is a Mr. Beast burger?
Okay, so to kind of
Yeah, go on.
describe it, yeah, Mr. Beast started a restaurant chain that you can only get through DoorDash and like Grubhub and
Grubhub.
Uber Eats and stuff like that.
Where's this?
Oh,
Where they
there are
made?
300 ones across the country right now.
Well, wait, but is there like a literal restaurant that they come from?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Mr. Beast Burger. And basically, all the money goes to charity. So I would,
Okay,
if I had known, I would have taken those orders because I know it helps charity, but I didn't take them because I'm like, I need money, and they were like,
Yeah.
$4, like 8-10 miles. Like, no, that's not enough. That's not enough for that.
And yeah, he pretty
Um,
much just has like kitchens pretty much set up. So there's no like actual place you can go to for a Mr.
Oh.
Beast burger.
Yeah.
It's just through Grubhub, DoorDash, and all that.
which is to be
stuff.
safe. Yeah.
But is it to people's houses?
Yeah. That's how DoorDash and Grubhub and stuff works.
Well, no. I mean, like, is the kitchens that are set up? Are they in people's houses?
No. Like it's a restaurant building kind of thing called Mr. Beast
Okay.
Burger, but you can't go inside it.
Yeah. How much do you think he pays his employees? Because I hope he's paying them well, because fast food is a tough job. Even if you're paying it to charity.
Considering it's Mr. Beast, I'm assuming well.
Okay. But he
Uh,
doesn't seem to be paying the drivers too well, or is that just Uber and DoorDash?
Well, that's the thing.
I get no saying that. Yeah.
Okay.
But also consider the fact that he doesn't even have to like hire people and train them to like take the orders. He just has to hire people that can cook the food. And that's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It's literally just that. Everything else is all on me and Earth's end.
Mhm.
Hey, good. Have you eaten this burger before?
Oh my gosh,
No.
you were very distracted by the Mr. Beast burger.
I just want to know, has anybody eaten this?
No,
I
because
have not-
there's only one in Colorado.
Ugh,
And you except you have to DoorDash. I don't. DoorDashing is expensive.
okay.
Between other DoorDashing, Uber Eats, and stuff like that. There's so many fees and the tip and stuff. Like you get also things are jacked up on the prices. Like if you get like a $1 Coke from McDonald's, it might be like $3. Like that's how it is.
Right.
Plus, it helps the handling fees and all that stuff. And then you also have to pay delivery fee, and then tip the driver. Hopefully, the amount of times I don't get tipped or not tipped nearly enough is very frustrating.
In DoorDash?
Yeah. Someone tipped me. Someone yesterday complained that their order was not there fast enough. Called me. It's like, what's taking so long? And I'm like, I have 2 orders. Yours is not my only order in my car. And they said, but I only got 1 smoothie. I'm like, yes, but yours is not my only order in my car. Thank you.
It
And
even says it in the app too.
right, and they didn't tip me at all. So the only money I got from them was a total of $3.
You said that they have to tip you if it's DoorDash, like beforehand.
They don't have to. They should. I'm saying it's included in the total price how much DoorDash is. So I meant that part out of a courtesy. You're supposed to tip people because that's how America works. Which is really a messed up system in the first place. But I didn't get a tip from them, so I got $3 in an order, and I got 10 for the other orders in my car, so I got 13 total. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but maybe don't be rude on the phone to me when you didn't even pay me. Um, just saying.
They didn't pre-tip you either.
Nope.
Well, what if they come up to me and I ask them for their food, they deliver it to me, and I give them cash instead, so the government
That's
doesn't know about it. That
well, you
happens?
still got yeah, that happens a few times. So you still have to
No,
log on
no,
your tax.
you don't have to tell the government about it. It's dirty money.
Oh my god.
You heard it from Amanda first. It's dirty. You can do that instead. That's how it is now.
Not legally, but you can. I know people who
Sure.
do that, maybe.
You definitely can not pay your taxes correctly. I'm not saying you should do that.
Well, you know the Joker won't even mess with the IRS, so
That's true.
he
That's
won't. He won't.
absolutely that is
Mhm.
from Justice League the animated series. That's what that's from.
Yep.
Or the
Yep.
New Adventures of Batman. Yeah.
You're worse than a supervillain if you're not paying your taxes.
It's true. It's not a smart plan. That's how they got Al Capone. Tax fraud.
You're literally right.
Yep. Not for the murders or stealing or anything like that, just for the tax evasion.
There you go.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. How is your experience with EvoTech now? Has it changed over the years at all, Kat? I'm curious from an outside point of view.
Well, I don't think I am the member who has been here the longest. I think the
No.
member that we have who's been here the longest is Pumpkin,
Yes.
who's still in the server.
Stuart and Matt.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, what was the order? Did they have an order?
Yes. They all. I say original 6 members though because all of them hopped on season 1 at the same time. But out of who's still there, it was Pump, and then Mblor, and then Bloons 4. But
Okay, that's cool.
I'm glad to see you all are still flourishing.
Well, I guess I have to get into how it's changed. I do remember originally being required to post videos, and there was a time where my software stopped working and I was scared I was gonna get kicked out. And
We
so I was
never,
telling people about that. I didn't get kicked out.
no, we never kicked them out for the sole purpose of them not being able to record videos. It was if you do not want to anymore, then maybe you, and if you do not want to, if you don't record any of it, like the gaming part of it, like the game, UHC and event stuff, or the tournament more, it's like, well, that's kind of what we all do.
Mhm,
So what is if you can be a friend, but what's the point of the membership? That's the kind of the idea.
mhm.
Like I never forced people to say you have to record. I was like, it was no, just like that's what we're doing. If you want to do it, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Like that's kind of that was the point. It was. I'm sorry if it came off like you're gonna get kicked out. That was never the intention behind any of that.
Well, that
Uh,
felt like as a young person, because I was the only girl and I was also the youngest member of EvoTech when I joined.
were you
And
really?
I was, yes.
Because after you came about, then I guess. Well, no, Liam was
The
before you.
only person who is younger than me is Denisi and Niner.
Liam,
I've always been the youngest until Denisi and Niner joined.
Liam was younger.
Liam was not there at the same time as me.
Did he leave before you joined?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know who Liam is though. I've met him.
Liam the record.
But no,
Yeah, now
I think what has changed there's been a multitude of changes because we
Oh,
went from being with your supervision we went from being an active server to slowly like drifting off being active, and then when COVID hit we became a friend group again, and we before that we really weren't. We hardly engaged with each other because we just didn't have time and stuff.
season 3.
I did my classes for my minor recently. I've been hard focusing on YouTube, honestly.
That's
So
fair.
all like film related stuff I haven't really pursued enough. I understand that earlier you were like preaching that you don't need a budget. However, I feel like I don't have a lot of the even basic materials on my own.
Don't need any of it.
Well, like I don't
I
even
swear
have
to you.
like a green screen, right? And I feel like a
Don't.
lot of the stuff would like to do requires that. And like and
I will challenge you. What do you want to do?
well, okay, and it's also
You
like
have a phone.
well, okay, I have a good camera. I have the Sony A6300, right? So like I've got
Awesome.
that, but I want
Sorry, I got
like
excited.
better, stuff to, because the film program I was a part of in high school had a really good set of equipment for all of us to borrow and use.
Oh yeah, definitely the same.
So I got so used to having like access and the ability to use those materials, and I kind of want to build back up my stock to kind of close to what it was there, and then get back into film stuff, right? Like we used to have like a gimbal there, and like, which you don't need a gimbal, but also even like my boom mic I have right now is like some cheap $20 garbage sounding boom mic, and I want to just make sure I can at least produce something decent with my equipment before I full commit to that again.
Have equipment wise, I don't have much. I have a photo camera that shoots video, which is not what
Right.
my friend Abby is usually my DP and has been, or director of photography or cinematographer.
Yeah.
She's been on two of my films now, where she's been my DP. Yeah, forward and then selected. She's been DP on, and she's great. She
For
has
those,
what?
because we have some of the audience who doesn't understand filmmaking terms.
Right.
So explain what a DP is.
Director of photography is what it stands for, and it also means cinematographer. Basically, they shoot the camera usually. And if not, they are in charge of the camera department. That is their really their job. So there are grips and gaff. There's a lot of technical positions and terms that they are in charge of. They have to make what is on screen look good, and the director is in charge of the creative and like the director's job in two sentences really is to get good performances out of their actors and to tell a story. That's their only two jobs. That's the whole point of a director.
You
Uh,
don't get to choose framing.
No, you do. I'm saying, but the point of a director, the reason what you really comes down to is telling a story and directing, getting good performances out of your actors.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you're also the creative head of the project.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, a producer is above you, but that's not the point. Because producers hire directors. Anyway, a DP basically they help get get your director's vision across onto the screen.
Yeah,
That's and so they have the camera, they have lights and stuff like that, or grips and the gaffers rig up lighting, or use balance boards to help reflect light, or whatever you need to help make the shot look what you need to look like. So
that's
Abby
what I
was my
work for. I'm
nice.
many steps below you. I work for not for a producer, not for a director, not I work for a cinematographer. So
Nice.
they are the people who shoot the videos. And
Yes.
I got to put together my first ad because I helped the company I work for, Shutter Kings Photography and MPV. I had to write an ad. I had to write and produce an ad and then edit it together. And this is the first time I've been able to do something like this. And it was very, very fun. They have, because they're a company, so they have, you know, all the
Equipment.
things
Yeah.
that you would have, thank you, in their studio, their place that they own.
Right.
And I'm always thrilled to be working with them. And so I've got them set up with Anchor because they want to start a podcast. And this one of the guys who I'm working with has won an Emmy. Like these people are pretty good, and I like them. They're nice, and yeah,
So
this is
like
my equipment.
nice. Abby's been a DP for two of my films now, and so she has the camera we use, and I have like SD cards for memory, and I have my only equipment I actually own really is SD cards for memory. I have a slate to the clacker, as
Right.
many people call it, to help sync audio and such and visuals, which is very fun to clack. I love clacking it, the slate. But I have that. I have a boom pole, which is really just a painter's pole. That's all it is. So we drilled a bolt into it,
Oh, gotcha. So that you can just twist. Okay, I
so we can
gotcha.
twist it. Yeah. So we have a bolt on it, so we can twist on the actual shotgun mic, which I got from like I think it was a tax star microphone for like $40 or something like that, $20. I don't know how much it was.
Okay.
Wasn't a big price, but it sounds good. Um, and the audio more matters than the recorder. So I have an H1 Zoom audio recorder, which is about $80 to $100. Everything I own is less than $200 total, which is still no budget. And that doesn't sound like it is, but over time I got all stuff like span like 2 years. 3 years.
Oh
So
yeah, and
it's
once
been
you have all that stuff, I mean, you don't really need to buy anything again unless something
for
breaks. You
I mean,
know,
you can always get more stuff for you need, but like base audio, you're good. And make the camera. If you have base audio and base camera, you're fine.
and I want to try and make a short film maybe this next year. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done anything like that. And it was nice taking a break for a bit, but I definitely want to try and make something on that scale creatively again. However, I also have a job at my school that I do like make videos that I get paid, hourly to help them do. And they've got way cooler equipment than I do, and it's a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to hear some camera sound ASMR?
Oh, clearly.
Have fun editing.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, I would definitely say though, before you do any film work at all, the thing that matters more than your camera, more than the sound or anything like that, it's just your script.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, don't do a first draft, don't do a second draft, don't do a third draft. Make 5, 6, 10, 15 drafts of a thing, making it as perfect as possible. Have people read it, do table reads, make your script as succinct, cut out all the fat, make dialogue clear. I guess that's the biggest problem with almost any student film is script and casting.
Hmm.
Because if you don't have a good enough foundation, which is what your script is, it's all gonna fall apart. And if your actors can't perform it well enough, then there's a bigger problem too.
And I'm
If
straight
you
garbage at script writing too, so I've got.
like if you have a bad script and amazing actors, it doesn't also matter a ton. If you're as long as performances are fantastic, they can elevate a so-so script. But if you have a bad script, there's your problem.
Right. I'm excited though. I want to, and like I said, I've been focusing more on YouTube stuff, and I want to, because the algorithm is kind of a big jerk to, people who just
Hmm.
want to more casually do stuff. I want to try and get up to 2 or 3 uploads a week. Once maybe YouTube is more successful, you know?
Yeah.
Guess
Yep.
what my major is?
Music,
Crying.
theater.
Yo, 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 yo! Crying? I
I
am already an expert. I don't need a major in that.
I said music and theater, but all right.
No, 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 no. You did say theater. No. I am not a theater kid, unfortunately. I'm too shy.
You
I
can
would be a
be
stage head when I do
that,
theater,
that's still a theater major.
I guess. But no, I'm a graphic designer.
Oh, right, you've
Awesome. I
told me
love
this.
Yeah.
it.
It's pretty fun. I am going to be taking some video classes, so maybe I'll be producing something. We'll
What I'm
see.
least excited about graduating is honestly just more bills to pay and getting an apartment and
Mhm.
stuff, moving out and all that. Like, I don't love the idea of a dorm, but it's way easier than being an adult and being on my own. I take it for granted so much every day. Like I'm watching more finance videos now. I'm just like, this is so much work. All this stuff. I have to build a credit score and start
Oh, I've
investing.
already started that
I don't have a
jazz.
credit card because I try and be. I'm like, I don't want to be in debt. So I'm like, I don't need a credit card. I'm like, I should have had one when I was like 18 and start building credit. Dumb me. Um, yeah.
Yeah, but
Any
if you treat your credit card like a debit card that you only use money you have and pay it off immediately,
right. There's no problem. You just build.
yeah,
All you do is build your score.
that's exactly what I do.
Well, why do you need a credit card then if you
Credit
are
score.
using it like a debit card?
Credit score.
Oh,
Because you
And
can't get like housing loans or a lot of stuff even without a credit score.
you need. It will
well,
also make you look better in
hopefully,
your getting apartment.
Hmm.
You can get better payments.
hopefully I will just marry someone who has a good credit score because I'm not interested in ever owning a credit card. I'm
You
scared to.
You
have
kinda
to.
should. You kind of do for
Have
everything.
to.
If you ever want to own a house, you have to, or even like a car that
Not
is.
not not if I get a spouse. I could have them make the mortgage.
Okay. I
I'm not gonna get this right now. But
yeah.
credit scores are important. You all should just try and get a
No,
best
no,
advice.
no, no. I think you should get into this now. I think this is a perfect time. I can always edit it out.
Okay, you should definitely get a credit card. It will save you if you don't use it like for anything you need besides like here's a candy bar. Let's swipe that and pay it off, like or something like that. That then you're fine. It can be
Pay
a
it off.
dangerous thing to do. What?
What if I
Here's
forget
It
to
can
pay
be-
it off?
Then that's a
Can I-
problem.
Well, how do I automatically pay it off? Because I just want it to automatically go through.
Actually, you might be able to with Discover.
You can't do it for every card. But I'm
Yeah.
saying the point is pay off every time. Even minimum balance. Paying in full is better, but if you can do minimum balance, that's still really
Here's
helpful.
what I did at the beginning too. Is now I just use it for everything.
Yeah.
But what I started off doing is anytime I'd go get gas, I would use my credit card for only gas, right? So that way I mentally know, right, I'm going to have to pay this off soon because I just went and got gas.
Only get gas like once every 2 months, sometimes 3 months because COVID.
I get gas like twice a week or more because DoorDash.
Well, you see,
That still
I
builds
drive-
also
credit score though.
I drive a Honda Civic, so I get 40 miles per gallon
Oh,
when
I
I'm
get
going
like
places.
nice.
It's not good on my battery because I turn it off. I only drive 5 miles usually in a day if I go places, and my battery, it takes a ton of energy to turn on the car, and
Right.
you need to have the car on longer in order to start refilling the battery. So
Right.
while John was here, it was like last Christmas or so. I had John over, or maybe I just left him in the car or something like that. But when we tried to turn on the car again, it didn't turn on because the battery had died. So we had to call AAA, and that was they
Solid.
just said I'd been not driving far enough.
But yeah, build a credit score. It's important. Get a Roth IRA. Put stuff in there. Like start building for your future now. Oh, never.
I do the Roth IRA things.
You do have a Roth IRA?
Yeah, not a credit card, but
That's
I have a Roth IRA and money market.
I have neither right now. I'm starting both this week. So
Oh, I'm so excited! I got mine before I got a job because I was like too eager. I was like, yeah, let's start it.
I have a savings account and a checking account. Ooh, I'm fancy.
Hey guys, if you're listening to this may sound really boring, but you should look into getting one of these things because set yourself up for your future. That's great. It's always great to not
Including
worry
a
about
credit
your
card.
future.
But don't spend a credit card.
Including a credit card? Oh, that's
Yeah.
scary.
Well,
Oh,
just
no.
do what Greencat said. Like pay it off and you're fine.
Well,
Also-
I don't understand why I can't marry into a good credit score.
Here's
Why is that
another
not
thing
an
though.
option?
A lot of those like entry level for younger peeps like us credit cards will even give you deals like the one I have for the first like year, they did 5% cash back for me. For every dollar you spend, you would get 5 cents back.
You will make money using credit card often.
No, you don't make money. You're just losing money slower.
I mean, I
Did you
guess
just salute me?
No, if you pay it off, you're not okay. Then it's like a debit card. Oh my god.
you just make
Anyway.
money slow.
You just
You lose money
lose
slower.
money slower.
It's falling with style.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean, Ang4556, the Minecraft avatar, all the 4-5. What is it? 456. Whatever. Thank you very much, Sean, for joining us for the podcast. It was very nice to get some insight into the history of EvoTech. Thank you very much to Amanda, who is always here. CatisOnline. You're always here. You looked very surprised. Yeah.
Said my real name. Also, your opinion about Sean seems to have drastically changed
Yeah.
over the course of this podcast.
Intro, this giant amazing intro then. Oh whatever.
What?
4, 5, whatever it is.
1,
Look,
2, 3, 8, 6.
what, do you want me to outro you the same way I introed you? They already know who you are now.
But the positive, the engagement.
Okay, here, let me try it again.
The moment's gone. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Sean, for joining us, man. And with your illustrious passion, I'm amazed and can't wait to see what you will create and what you will do in the future. And I'm sure everyone listening will keep a close eye on your very talented abilities. Yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.
We're
Thanks.
both film majors.
And thank you very much, Kat, for joining me again.
We gotta say real quick, this is the season finale
Yeah.
of the first season of the EvoTech podcast.
Yeah.
It is ending on the number 9, which is not a prime number, nor is it the number 10.
That's correct. Good job.
We will be
Yeah.
back with episode 10 at a later date that's not determined yet. But we'll be taking a month off and we'll reset and we'll have people on that we've had previously for season 2.
Exciting stuff. Get to talk to more Evo technicians. And we will see you then.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful.